Spurgeon here with RevZilla TV to talk to you about the Cortech Impulse RR gloves available at RevZilla.com. So the Impulse RR gloves are going to be for you riders out there doing aggressive sport touring trips or aggressive weekend riding, and you want a glove that's going to give you a ton of protection, but it's also going to be super comfortable for you to wear. This is also going to be a glove that's going to be able to get you onto the track. Maybe you're not doing track days right now, but somewhere down the line you'd like to try it out. The Impulse RR is going to have enough protection baked into it for easily a beginner track day. Now, sizing for this. On my European gloves, something like Dainese or Revit, I'm normally a 2XL. With the Cortech Impulse, I size down to an extra large and it fits me perfectly. So just keep that in mind. Depending on what gloves you're currently using, you might have to size down to get into Cortech. Sizing on this, you're going to have anywhere from an extra small to a 4XL, so they're really going to have something to fit anyone's hand. And you're going to see the colorways available in a couple different varieties. I'm wearing the black, white, and high vis, and I really like this color. I like just the high vis accents without being too overdone. You're also going to have a full black version, as well as a black, white, and red, and a black, white, and blue. So there's going to be something out there for anyone. Now, Cortech is known for performance. They want to enhance the rider's performance without having you break your bank, and these gloves are going to come in right around that $150 mark. Now, if you want something more aggressive, if you want a full-on track glove, you could look at something like the Adrenaline 2. That's going to be a full-on track glove with a ton of protection, but you are going to sacrifice some of the comfort that you're going to find with the Impulse RRs. So the Impulse RRs, first and foremost, the construction on this, you're going to have full top-grain cowhide throughout the back, throughout the palm, and you're going to see a nice level of perforation. The perforation is going to work great for you guys out there in warmer climates that want that airflow. Maybe you're doing a long ride in the summertime. This is going to be a glove that's going to vent fairly nicely for you. Starting with the back and working our way down, there's going to be a double wrist closure with this. And again, we'll take a closer look at that when I flip my hand over. But really what I want to point out is the ulna and radius protection you're getting here. You're going to have foam padding on both sides. And this is going to be a step down from the Adrenaline 2. The Adrenaline 2 is going to have more aggressive armor here, but that gets really uncomfortable when you're looking at more than 15 to 20 minutes wearing the glove. So what they've done they've come up with a nice compromise. You get some foam padding, you get some protection for the radius, for the ulna, but it's going to be comfortable enough that you can wear this all day long. Moving down, you're going to have elastication around the wrist, just making it really comfortable for you when you're actually moving that hand around. You're also going to have, again, foam padding moving down under the TPU knuckle. And you're also going to have this split knuckle design. Now I want to flex the hand, and you can actually see the knuckle move. With some manufacturers, they put that aggressive TPU knuckle on the back, but what they do is they don't give you that split design, and it becomes uncomfortable. Cortech did a really good job of giving you the protection, but again, also baking that comfort in. Moving down to the fingers, you've got the TPU along the back of the fingers. You're also going to have that stretch technology, again, that split knuckle technology right in the back of the main three fingers as well. And you're also going to have accordion stretch panels on your two inside fingers. This is going to work great for you guys out there that are working the clutch or the brake lever with just those two fingers. It's going to allow you to move them comfortably and just really, again, adds to the overall performance of the ride. Now, as we're moving down, I do want to point out the pinky on this. The pinky is going to have a ton of protection. Double stitching, double layers of leather, again, foam padding. Anytime you crash, the pinky is the first thing to go down. So they really beefed up the protection of the pinky, and it's going to be a nice selling point. Again, you want that extra protection right there. Flipping over, I do want to point out one little nitpick that I have with this. Along the index finger, you're going to see they did the stitching, only single stitching, right up against the actual perforated leather. I see this as a potential fail point. I'd like to see them to incorporate a little bit of the DNA from the Adrenaline down for this particular area and just give me some double stitching away from that perforation strip. Again, minor nitpick, but something worth pointing out. Moving over to the actual palm itself, full grain leather throughout the entire palm. You're also going to see double layers of, not just double stitching, but also double layers of the leather in those impact zones. So they've really made it a nice beefy palm. You're also going to see Tpu Slider right here, and this is going to be for those of you, as soon as you hit the ground, it's going to slide against the pavement. The one thing I want to point out with this slider, Cortech deserves a big thumbs up for this. From some of the other manufacturers, I put the glove on, I get on the handlebar, I'm riding along, and it causes a pressure point right here, and it's uncomfortable. What Cortech has done is they've given me a TPU slider that doesn't interfere with the ride, and again, really aiming for that comfort point. It keeps you safe, but it's also comfortable. You're also going to see another just addition of a foam pad right here along the base of the thumb, and then leather kind of comes down with this overlying flap, and that flap is simply going to cover an actual wrist adjuster with, again, elastication underneath that, just allowing you to fine tune this and make it feel nice and tight on your hand. That double construction that we talked about, the double opening at the wrist like we talked about in the beginning, What I want to point out is when you open this up, you're going to see a nice 3D mesh underneath this wrist closure. And this really kind of allows all that perforation, all the airflow coming through to have a place to exit and push out. Again, really nice little addition here, really well-breathing glove throughout the warmer months. Closing that back up, I just want to point out, I like what Cortech did here. I think they did a really great job of giving you a super versatile glove that's going to come in, again, around that $150 price point. They really did a great job of giving you the protection of some of the upper level gloves, but with the comfort that you can use to ride this all day long on an aggressive sport touring or simply Sunday morning outing. There's a lot of folks out there rocking Cortech gloves, Cortech gear. If you want to hear more about what they have to say, do me a favor, click below. Read what other riders like about the Cortech gloves and gear they're rocking in their closets. If you have more questions for us, never hesitate, get us on the phone, give us a call, 877-792-9455, or simply type us out an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Cortech Impulse RR. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.